YouTubers, welcome back to my channel, and I have a new journal that's going to be going into my Etsy shop sometimes today. She is a 6x9. She's fabric covered inside and out. It's hand painted fabric cotton, and her name is Ginger because of the color that I painted her. And she's got 128 pages, and she has this decoupage here on the front with these really cute yellow gumdrops. And this is another Botanical journal, and she's got my two butterflies right here and this lovely script. I was so lucky to find that went right with, I found this after I had painted the cover, and I was so lucky to find something that blended so well with the cover. And so she's got 3 signatures, and here is the exposed spine, and even the wax linen thread is a ginger color. And here is the back. I just love the color. It's just so warm, and I don't know, it's just like it's not a pastel, but yet it's not right in your face color either. And so let's open her up and see what she looks like inside. And see, here's my fabric. I paint one big piece of fabric, and after I'm finished painting it, then it covers the I cut it out, and and this is with fabric paint, and then I cover the inside and out with the same fabric. And so here we go. And on the front is this other, oh, I meant to tell you, it'll be in the bottom. Most of the, you remember on my, well, you might not remember, but you might not have watched my other videos. I always was talking about Tracie Fox's, and her Etsy shop is Love Junk Journals that you can find her. She'll be listed down below, about how I used this paper silhouettes as backgrounds to in my other journals with other papers, other designer papers. So this time I'm using almost 99% of silhouettes in this journal. The colors and the feel, this goes so well with the front and this fabric. So as you open her up, I have this big envelope here that has been decoupaged. Oh yeah, and I did a lot of sewing in this journal. You're going to see that it's not dark colors, it's the ginger color with a white bobbin thread showing out. And here is some coffee dyed paper here that has been machine sewn. And then if you open up the envelope and pull this out, this is one of her silhouette papers, Tracie's silhouette papers, that you can journal on and then put it back. But see how neutral her papers are. I just love them. And so I've dedicated the whole journal to that. And this is Tim Holtz wallpaper fabric, paper here. And this is a triangle pocket with the same, and then some stamping. And since the color is ginger, my stamping is a ginger color on one of Tracie's papers here. And here you can see the beginning of the signature. All of the papers are hand torn, are fancy scissor cut. And the sewing on this one, I don't know, whoever purchases the journal will be able to see it under all these bright lights that my husband has me do my videos under. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a beautiful zigzag. And this is a Tim Holtz little piece of paper in there. And here's the more of that stamping that seemed to just go right with the colors and everything. This is the mixed media paper. Now this is something that I have just purchased. This is handmade paper, and it comes all the way from Japan, and it's all handmade out of flowers. And then at the very end, you can see the little leaves and everything in this, and it is just absolutely beautiful. It has such a nice feel. It feels like cloth. And then I cut it here, and it's really just to admire and to give you some kind of different texture. I was really pleased with it whenever I got it. And another big journaling folder here. This is 400-pound watercolor paper that if you wanted to get into decoupaging or any of that, or it's beautiful to write on with an ink pen, or you can use magic markers. This paper can withhold almost anything that you want to do with it. This is one of my painted sheets of paper. And this is another unique paper that I have put in here. You know that packaging paper that comes in with everything that you order or something like that? Well, I ironed mine, and this is one of them. And I thought it was just a beautiful paper, and I hated to throw it out. So I ironed it, cut it in 8.5 by 11s, and I used it in this journal. So I hope that you like it. And here's more stamping in the ginger color. Another silhouette from the pack. And this is a envelope cardstock that I did this beautiful lace here. And then I decoupaged some old music paper, did a little bit of stamping, and then I did this. I just liked the font, so I cut that out and put that there. And you can see the sewing here on that, and the envelope is sewn all the way around, and a little bit of tuck spot here on the back with one of Tracie's ephemeras. And there is a lot of thread hanging. I'm constantly doing this to straighten them out. If you don't like them, you can, pardon me, cut them off. Another hand-torn paper. And then I think this comes from Tracie, one of her florals, and this special little cute clip that I got from Amazon. And here's another little envelope that has been decoupaged with some of her little cards that came in her pack. And torn paper. Here's some of my painted torn paper underneath the coffee stain paper that I've sewn. And then another one of little labels from Tracie's site. And aren't these cute? These little tiny things. Let me see if I can get this one out. Yeah, it's just a little card blank. And then she had this little insect there. And these little round clips are so cute. And you can just move this envelope. I left that just where you could move it around any place that you wanted it. More mixed media paper. More sewing. Sewing, sewing, sewing. Coffee stain cardstock. This is watercolor paper. Coffee staining. Tried to make sure that you had plenty of writing spaces. And then I added, where the signatures tied together here in the middle of this signature, some beads. on the wax linen. You can feel the wax linen thread. These really ginger and turquoise and a lilac color. And then one of the charms is One Direction. And then the other charm at the end of this one is a book cover. And you can just leave them right there, or you can divide them up. I kept them long enough that you can play around with them. Some of the coffee stain papers has little tears in it like that. They get very fragile-ish sometimes with the coffee staining. But look at all the writing pages. And then we have our last signature. The third signature, if you didn't notice, was all writing paper. All of it. All of your goodies, ephemera, and extra papers, and really beautiful things to look at is all in the first and third signature. And then all of your writing, more writing, solid writing, is here in the second. And then you have this gorgeous denim butterfly that I stamped there. And more of the hand-torn paper. I tried to keep my pockets on pages that you can't print, can't write on anyway. And also, I tried to add extra writing places when I did that to give you something large enough to write on, and the type of paper that you can write on the front and the back. So 4 sides. More sewing, and this is that watercolor paper, mixed media paper. And this is a pardon me, out of one of the books that I've got off of eBay of old vintage flowers, and it had the calendar. So this is evidently flowers that come out in January. I don't know what part of the country that is, because I don't think it's here in Kentucky. Watercolor paper. That packing paper again, that's been ironed. This is more of the Japanese handmade paper. This is just a little bit thinner. It's very, very thin, but you can see all of the, right here is like a little piece of the flower that is just right on top of the paper, and that's all the way right. Here's another one, but I mean, it's just lovely. The paper is so beautiful, and I thought that you would enjoy that. You can write on it. I don't know if I would, but I know that you can. And here's a pocket with 2 of Tracie's tags that comes with, hand-torn tags that come with the kit. I did add one piece because I thought that it went so well with this is Victoria Designs paper. Another envelope. So you have 2 good full-size decoupaged envelopes, and I love the first time I used that. That is a monogramming button on my sewing machine. And this is very nice heavy cardstock that all of your signature papers are printed out on, the leading signature papers. And then this one happens to be in the center. Here's that beautiful stamp again. Wait till you see this paper. I mean, it is just exquisite. Another little clip-on decoupaged envelope, and then you got a little tuck spot here on the back with another little tag, hand torn tag, and it just goes right here on that packing paper, which is a nice weight. And another one of these round clips. Watercolor paper. And here is the other side of that vintage flower book that I've got. I think it's European Vintage Garden Flowers. There's a big book, but you have journaling space there. Here I sewed all the way around, and then this has been sewn all the way around. And here is the back, and then here is the fabric, and you have another big envelope that you can put things in, but I put a journaling folder in there for you that again you can write on all four sides and then put it back in there. I don't know, let me see, I might have, I know I did it, yep, I think I did it in one of, yeah, there's also an opening on the other side. You can, underneath the envelope is also a pocket on both of them, so you got another pocket there. So this is Ginger. She's a new color for me, and I've started painting my covers where I can get this is coffee stained, lightly coffee stained fabric, muslin fabric, and then I paint over that. So you'll be able to see some of the coffee staining coming through. And so this is Ginger. I hope you enjoyed it. She's a real cutie. She's a 6x9. Oh, I didn't tell you, she's a hardcover, but she's not the real heavy hardcover. And she should be very, very doable because she is covered fabric inside and out. But you know, sometimes going like this, you know, whenever you're using your journals, the paper will tear here and here away from the spine. So that's why I have started using fabric inside and out. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you're having a good day, and I wanted to thank everybody that has subscribed recently to my YouTube channel. That has really, it just brightened my day. You just don't know what that meant to me. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.